For the second time this evening, I would like to call the meeting to order. This is the regular meeting of the Oak Hills Park Authority for the month of July. I think we should start again. I'm sorry to do this to everybody, but roll call. So Denise Brown.
Here.
Jennifer McAllister.
Here.
Richard Dellinger.
Still here.
And did I call Jeff Schweitzer?
Yep, still here.
So you're 1, 2, 3. Mary Merrill.
Hello.
Sorry,
I tried to
Mary.
get in. I tried to get in before
I
and
know,
it kept
I
saying
know.
waiting.
We've all had the same problems. And did I
Okay.
call Richard Dellinger?
Still here.
Okay. Thank you all. Let's hope, fingers crossed. Okay. Item number 3 on our agenda is acceptance of the minutes. I'd like to move. Could I have someone to move to accept the minutes, please?
I actually have a couple of things.
Yeah, well, I just got to move. Could I have someone to move to accept the minutes, please?
I'll make a motion.
I'll make a motion. Oh,
Denise, could I have a second?
I second the motion.
Thank you. Any errors or changes that you have seen as we've seen so far? Jennifer.
I've got on page 5. It's just a spelling error commonly made with my name. There's not 2 C's, there's only 1. And executive session, it has this going in at 8:09 and it has this ending at 8:10.
I also
Yes.
noticed that, so I think that was the quickest executive session, but I think the timing is off at that. We need to look at I believe we're in executive session for about 15 minutes.
Right.
So we'll move it back 15 minutes.
Okay, because then that's going to affect meeting adjourned at, but I don't know which one is right.
I think we should go 15 minutes beforehand, Jen, you're right. So probably that should say 7:55, 7:55 for began. Okay. I also, sorry, anything else, Jen?
I'm good.
Okay, I also
Denise
noticed.
has something.
Yeah, I have some things as well. I'll just pop mine in quickly. On page 4, under the long-term planning, Gary Leeds, it said we're talking about purchasing things. It should not be Mr. Alexander. It should be Mr. Shell. Paragraph 2, it should not be Mr. Alexander. It should be Mr. Shell. And on paragraph 5, where it says the nominating committee, there's only one L in Allen. On page 5, I think there's pretty mistake. Item H is not the golf professional Paul Alexander. It is the superintendent Jim Shell. So we need to change item H from golf professional to superintendent Jim Shell. And item I on page 6, instead of saying superintendent Jim Shell, Mr. Shell presented his report, that should be deleted. And item I should say golf professional Paul Alexander. And next to that, we should say see attached written report. And at the time for the executive session, those are the changes that I saw. Did anybody else see any errors or omissions in the minutes?
I have a couple on.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
You want to go first, Denise?
On page 5, Terrell McGoldrick's name is misspelled. It should be Terrell, T-E, let me see. It's the paragraph above the tennis, Denise Brown. There's a paragraph up there that has Terrera McGoldrick, so it should be Terrell, T-E-R-R-E-L-L. And on the very top where it says staff and it has Mark Gartner, do we put Paul and Jim Holiday on that line, or are they on the other line?
It should be under the staff line. You're right, Denise.
So John Lloyd should stay on the other, right?
Right.
And then everybody else should move up to the staff?
Correct. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. Yep.
Okay. That's what I saw.
Richard.
Yeah, on page 4, now, I noticed Gary Leeds is with us, so, Gary could help with this, but on page 4, under the long-term planning, uh, Gary gave this report, but the last paragraph, it says, Mr. Dellinger noted that now he is back for the summer. Well, I haven't left for the summer. I think that means, I think that's, should be Mr. Leeds. I think Gary Leeds said he noted that he's back for the summer. He will be scheduling meetings with Jim and others. So not my name, but Mr. Leeds. Also under G, nominating committee, my name is Dellinger, not Dillinger, but Dellinger, just the spelling. And I had one other question, and this is kind of a question. I think this one too, under H, golf professional Paul Alexander. At the last paragraph on that page 5, it says, with both Mr. Gartner and Mr. Dellinger indicating support. I do think that was more, again, Gary Leeds. Gary, if you're here, I think you were the one who offered support. I just have a question. I don't remember offering my support. I thought maybe Gary did that.
I don't see Gary.
Gary's name's up.
Oh, there
I'm
you are.
here.
Hi, Gary.
Yeah, I'm here. I'd like to, yeah, I probably gave support for some stuff, but I got to go back to page 4, which that looks like it's a total duplicate of other stuff. And my report was just things were happening, and everything else in that paragraph either belongs under Jim Shell or something else. I don't think that belongs under long-term planning.
Gary, I think you're right. I think those three lines there, basically
Yeah, I
should
mean,
be under the Jim Shell's report. I think I agree with you on that.
yeah, and because then it kind of repeats itself,
Confusing.
back under Paul Alexander, which should be Jim Shell.
Right, which I changed. I think we need to revisit this, and I think we're going to revisit this at the next meeting and make the appropriate changes. We need to kind of look into this because I think we may have to delete more than we have here. So what I'd like to do is table this particular change for right now. We'll do the changes we've spoken about, and we'll revisit this at the next meeting, if I may. Okay?
We have to
Okay.
vote in the motion. Do we have to vote in the
Yeah,
motion?
I basically, with the exception of the long-term planning report from Gary Leeds, which we will revisit for the next meeting, we will like to make we've had a motion to approve the minutes, including all the changes that we've made. All those in favor, please either raise your hand and say aye.
Well, I don't.
What are we approving? I'm sorry. That the minutes are wrong?
So I think what I was looking to do is to on page 4, there's 3 paragraphs under Gary Lee's report, long-term planning. But they need to go somewhere else, and I'm not exactly sure where they need to go.
Okay.
So what I'd like to say is that we can basically look further into what we have looking at the moment, and we will revisit that at the next meeting and move them where they should be, because it may take some time, but we can approve the changes that we've already mentioned recently.
Okay.
I think we should just table the minutes and review
Okay.
them in the next meeting and
Yeah.
approve
Okay,
everything.
yeah, I think you're probably an easier solution. Thank you, Gary. So let us table the approval of the minutes till we actually do some more research, and we'll revisit the whole minutes at the next meeting. Thank you for that. All those in favor, please raise your hand and say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, the motion is carried. Thank you. Okay. Next item 4 on the agenda is public participation. Do we have any members of the public with us or wishing to raise their hand?
Go ahead.
All I see is Tim as an attendee, and I don't see a hand raised. So Tim, if you want to talk, please raise your hand. I have a feeling it's our staff, Tim, and he's
Oh,
just
okay.
watching. Yep.
Okay, there being no public participation is now closed. And that was item 4 on the agenda. Item 5 is the reports of the committees, and I'll start it off. A couple of things. We've had our preliminary June financials, right, Mark, have come in, I think.
Yeah.
And
I sent to you and Denise today.
yeah, I just want to say they're not finalized yet, but if they are as they look at, we've had a pretty spectacular year. Revenue is $2,716,000. Expenses were $2 million, and in that region of $2 million. So we're actually showing a surplus, we believe, of $705,000 in income before we pay any of our major bills for capital and other such things. So I just want to put that out there very quickly to say thank you, everybody, so much. We will, look at this further when we get the numbers in next month. But it certainly looks good for this past year. Secondly, I did attend a luncheon today at at O'Dean's for the First Tees had a meeting of their board.